Uh, Hello. First of all, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my honorable professor for allowing me to share my reflection on one of the topics that I really love and that I have connection with the real life, which is none other than performance management. In previous reflection, I talked about the training and development, but this one I'll be sharing one of my favorite topics, which is performance management. So to begin with, this was one of my favorite topics back in my university life because I love doing it, and because we had to draw different framework to come to a conclusion how the performance should be measured. When it comes to performance measurement, it's not very easy thing to say. Like for example, if we do variance analysis, that's enough. No, there are many other framework that needs to be drawn to come to a conclusion about it. So in this video, I'll explain more in detail about I'll define performance management and how the in what ways the performance can be measured, and I'll also relate it with my personal experience and let everybody know that how it can be improved and what else we can take from this. Performance management involves much more than just performance appraisal. So if every individual or every individual that work for an organization, they need to meet their performance goals. So this depicts that every organization has its own goals that they apply on their employees, so that needs to be attained by those employees working really hard. So there are various ways that performance can be measured, which one of the most modern way to measure it is the balance scorecard, which involves which combines the performance measure of total organization, integrates financial goals with customer satisfaction, internal processes, organizational growth, learning, and innovation. Which means that balance scorecard connects all the factor and how one factor is related to the others. And I personally feel that it's one of the best ways to measure an organization or individual performance, followed by variance analysis. So now I'd like to share some of my practical experience pertaining to the performance measurement that I gained during my journey as a management training officer in one of the fastest growing e-commerce company in Bangladesh. So I joined as a management training officer there, and I was not sure of my role. Then I was assigned in a team, and then my team lead called me and shown me my job responsibility, and I was really happy and as well as excited to see that I have to measure the performance of the employees of the commercial department. And she also shown me how should I prepare it. So I realized that the model that was used in my previous company to measure the performance management was the variance analysis, and they mostly use the Microsoft Excel to do it. So what they do, like for each of the employee, their main target was that for each week they have to bring minimum one seller, as it was an e-commerce company, so we didn't have any our own product. So what our main responsibility was to connect business to the B2C, like business to customers. So for each of the employee they needed to do one, so in each month they had to do four. So and my responsibility to see like in each month whether they did four or not. So if they don't do four in a month, so if they couldn't achieve minimum four in a month, then what would have happened is that they would have been issued a warning if they failed to do if they failed to achieve their target for 2 or 3 consecutive months. But in this part, I would like to share like whether I really love the performance management system of my company or not. So since it's a reflective writing, I want to share my thoughts and views as well, and how maybe the future, maybe any other companies can take my suggestion as well. So what I personally felt is that it was somehow too harsh on some of the employees there, because as an e-commerce company they need to have connection with various industries as well as various companies. So what happened is that maybe one team was focusing on the FMCG, like and some of the some of the team was focusing on the necessary item, and some of them are the luxury items. Say for example, if a team, their main responsibility was to deal with the electronic items, of course it's somehow tough for them to bring all the electronic item sellers. On the other hand, like whereas it was very easy for the other team to bring the sellers who sell the necessary items of like day-to-day life, for example grocery, and as well as medicines as well. So altogether I would say maybe they could have they could have set the benchmark
teams in different way, maybe to some teams who sell the high value products. Maybe they could have set target in accordance to the gravity of the industry. For example, if you would have if they were to bring bring a seller who sell the car, maybe in that case target could have been lessened, whereas for the necessary items maybe they could have still stood at number at 4 sellers in a month. So altogether, I would say it was a great learning experience for me, and which will definitely help me for my future success as well. And for all the organization, those who do performance measurement using the variance analysis only, I think they can include the balance scorecard as well. So I would suggest my previous company as well, not only to use one tool to measure employees performance. Instead they can include the balance scorecard too, because that shows a greater impact, what impact that an individual is making to company success, as it connects all the cost, revenue, as well as the finance and investment as well. So that's all from me. That's I'm really happy that I could share my personal experience about performance measurement, and this is something I really love. I hope in the future I can work in such a role, as I really love it, and I want to do it with my passion. So thank you all for listening to me.